Yeah, let's head to a cricket ground now where the West Indies will continue their quest for a place in the semi-finals of the ICC T20 World Cup when they face Sri Lanka at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium in the UAE on Thursday morning Caribbean time. The Windies are fifth in the group and must win their next two games to have any chance of reaching the last four. They must also hope other results go their way. If the West Indies beat Sri Lanka on Thursday and Australia on Saturday, then England must also beat South Africa on Saturday for the Caribbean men to have any chance of advancing. A victory for Bangladesh over Australia in tomorrow's opening match will also be in the West Indies' favour. The Windies captain Kieran Pollard spoke to the press earlier on Wednesday and had this to say.
What would be key is that every individual play their roles. We have been clear on roles, on responsibilities, on flexibility. And I think it's just a matter of guys doing that, because if guys play their roles and play exactly what is needed, as one person mentioned before, we have a very, very good team on paper. But not being able to play a role and not taking responsibility and not being accountable to what the team requires at that point in time, from a batting perspective, I just need to be clear, we have not done justice.
Yeah, Pollard also gave an update on his own fitness going into the game.
For me personally, I'm feeling pretty okay. I did some training over the last couple of days or so, and I pulled up pretty well. So it's just a matter now of putting the final touches to it, and we'll see what happens. Tomorrow we still have a full, almost like 24 hours before the game. So looking forward to that.
I guess one of the most important things that Polly said just now is that the West Indies has a good team on paper.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly how most of the people feel. They are very strong on paper. We're still to see them execute. They've only won one of their three matches so far, and Lance, this Sri Lanka match will be extremely important for them. They have a negative 1.5 net run rate, and it's something that is very disappointing, because when we look at our squad on paper, just to go back to the point that you spoke about, we have big hitters, we have people that cause chaos in the IPL and in the CPL. So to know that we have a negative 1.5 net run rate is very, very heartbreaking. And I hope that the next two games that we play, we can win, and we can win very big, because mathematically there is a chance for us, but we have to win really big.
Those permutations coming from ESPN Quick Info, I didn't get a chance to verify them for myself, but they're respected enough for us to go with it. The point is, though, had the West Indies played Bangladesh in their opening game, perhaps it is that their fate would perhaps not even hang in the balance, or even if it hung, it would be skewed differently. The fact is that they played two powerful teams in their first two games and were blown away. I think they capitalized on a weak Bangladesh team and did the job to beat them. This Sri Lanka team is a different kettle of fish to the Bangladesh team. They're more in keeping with the South Africans and the Englands based on what we've seen from them so far. So I'm not quite sure that the pressure of having to beat a highly competent team is not going to weigh down a West Indies team that has really not hit the straps so far, notwithstanding the fact that they've won one of the three games.
Yeah, one of the problems the West Indies is facing as well, George and Mariah, is the pitch conditions and how the pitch is actually playing. The ball is not coming onto the bat and the pitch is playing slowly. And that is...
except in the India game today, where they racked up 1 million runs in their innings.
That was an exception.
But West Indies batsmen like the ball coming onto them. And if they have to be searching for their shots and so on, this is part of the problem why they are struggling. And that needs, a huge adjustment from their own part as far as how they apply themselves. And I know a lot of West Indies fans are hoping that the team will deliver in a big way. And even if they do, it doesn't guarantee them qualifying for the semi-finals. But we just have to watch this one and see what happens, because most of the players are yet to fire. Yeah,
and people criticize teams and players for not sticking to their principles when the chips are down. The West Indies have stuck to their big hitting, six hitting approach, and it's not borne fruit so far. I'm not going to advise them to change tomorrow morning.
No, they can't. They shouldn't.
Play your game and let the chips fall where they
But that's what the skipper is saying. We're going to play our game tomorrow.
Let's see what happens. We go to break. The last 15 minutes of the show coming up.